Hi, I'm Valerie Kinlock, Professor of Literacy Studies in the Department of Teaching and Learning here at Ohio State University. I am also the new director of the College of Education and Human Ecology's Office of Diversity and Inclusion. Recently, the Office of Diversity and Inclusion in the College of Education and Human Ecology sponsored a town hall gathering. We talked with other members of the college, local community, and students and staff to really think about the impact of violence in our communities. Specifically, we focused on race, justice in the case of Ferguson. And along with 3 faculty members from our college, we considered the role that violence plays and how we work with students, particularly Black students, particularly in urban communities, to think about the impact of violence on their identities, on their lived experiences, and on all of us as members of this college, as members of the community, and as members of this nation. Importantly, some of the ideas that stem from this college-wide town hall conversation related directly to this office, related to the ideas that we purport to talk about when we think about social justice, educational equity, inclusion, and diversity, particularly, but not exclusively, for people of color in this country. Following on the heels of our initial town hall conversation on race, justice in the case of Ferguson, we will sponsor a second conversation here in the College of Education and Human Ecology, and that conversation happens in February 2015. It's explicitly focused on race. Let's talk race. Let's think about social justice, let's think about equity, and let's think about inclusion as members of this college. Some of the goals of this second college conversation include the following. How are we purposefully and explicitly taking up the goals of social justice in our pedagogical practices? What is the role of educational equity in our research and in our teaching endeavors? How are we thinking about action, taking action that prevents ongoing violence toward Black boys and Black girls, hence toward all of us in this college, in the community, and in our nation? What is our educational response to the ongoing and national tragedies and crises that are impacting all of us? And what is the role of this office, the Office of Diversity and Inclusion in the College of Education and Human Ecology, in actually leading the way in responding to these national crises? These crises affect all of us. And we have to figure out ways to collaborate in order to propose action plans, in order to propose next steps in this larger agenda to really promote and advocate for diversity, social justice, and inclusion in everything that we do, whether it's our teaching, whether it's our research, whether it's our service endeavors. How are we centering this work, the work of equity, diversity, social justice, and inclusion in everything that we do? So we invite members to come in February and have conversations with us, work in small groups, and figure out ways to design a plan that is strategic, that is purposeful, that is critical, and that is attentive to the lives, literacies, and well-being of all of us, particularly those who are supportive of education and human ecology in this college, in the community, and in the nation.